Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, people online. Hello. Hi, people online. Can you hear me? Good morning. Right, guys. Are there any questions for homework? Any? What are the questions? Page number? What is page number? Okay. Question number 43. Question number 43. We have done the part A and B. Correct. Part A says complete the table with the letters A, B, and C to indicate the points corresponding to each wavelength. So point A is moving towards us. Point B is moving away from us. Okay. So based on that, you can decide which wavelength corresponding to which one. So the one which is moving away from us will have a high wavelength. So the point B will be 656.2837, and the one which is coming towards us will have the least wavelength. Based on that, we have decided the 3 points. And the point C is going to be the actual wavelength, which is not moving away or towards us. In the laboratory, the wavelength of alpha line in the hydrogen spectrum is 656.2797, which is the wavelength of point C. Assess whether this is consistent with the sun having a period of rotation approximately equal to 28 days. Okay. So now if I take the point B's wavelength, 656.2837, 656.2837 nanometers. That is the wavelength at which this point of sun is moving away from us. Okay. So based on that, I can find the speed of this point B. Speed of that point B, I can take V over C equals delta lambda over lambda. Correct. Redshift is equal to V over C is equal to delta lambda over lambda. So the V is going to be the point B speed. I'll take it as V over C is the speed of light, 3 into 10 to the power 8. Delta lambda over lambda. So that is 656.2837 minus 656.2797. These are delta lambda divided by the actual lambda is 656.2797. This will tell you at which speed the point B is moving on the sun. Okay, which is 1828.5 meters per second. So this is the speed at which the point B is moving away from us, or that is the speed at which the surface of the earth, surface of the sun is rotating. Okay. Now I want to see, based on this value, what is the time period the question says, consistent with the sun having a period of rotation approximately 28 days. Sun has a rotation of 28 days. So I'm going to use this data to calculate the time period of the sun. Now, the sun is rotating. At this point, it has a speed what we have just calculated now. Okay. So I can take V equals 2 pi r over t. Speed is equal to 2 pi r is the circumference of the sun over t is the time taken for one complete rotation. The t is what I want to find. So t is equal to 2 pi r over v, which is 2 pi. The radius of the sun is given 7 into 10 to the power 8 over v is what I found now, 1828.5. Now this will give me the time in seconds, but I want to check it in days. Yeah. So they have told 1 day is 86,400 seconds. So I'll divide this by 86,400 to see how many days it is. Yes. That will be 27.8 days. So assess whether this is consistent with yes. We can say yes. Approximately 28 days. So the assessment is correct. Have you got this answer? Hello? Have you got this answer? What's next? 48. Question 48. Right. A massive planet orbits the red dwarf star Gliese 876. The planet was discovered after wavelength shift in spectral lines were seen in the light received from the star. Explain how a massive planet orbiting a star can cause a change in wavelength of light received from the star. Explain how a massive planet orbiting a star can cause a change in wavelength of light received from the star. Massive planet orbiting a star can cause a change in wavelength of light received from the star. Okay, so guys, this is directly connected to the previous question that we did. So if this is the planet, and if here the star is here, since the star is rotating, some points of the star will be moving away from the planet and some points will be moving towards the planet. Okay, so according to the Doppler effect, the wavelength that is received from the point which is moving towards the planet will have a lesser wavelength than the actual wavelength, and the wavelength, the points from the waves which is received from the point which is moving away from the planet will be having a wavelength more than the actual wavelength. Okay, so you can discuss about it for a 3 marker, right? The star is rotating. The star is rotating. So the point
So can
So
you
the
repeat it?
wavelength. Yes.
Repeat it.
Yeah, the star is rotating. Star is rotating. Full stop. The wavelengths received from the point on the star that is moving towards the planet will be a lesser wavelength and the wavelengths received from the point that is moving away will be a higher wavelength. According to the Doppler effect. According to the Doppler effect. Star is rotating. The wavelength received from the point on the star that is moving towards the planet will be a lesser wavelength. And the wavelength received from the point that is moving away will be higher wavelength. According to Doppler effect. Is that okay? Right. The maximum shifting spectral in a spectral line of wavelength is given. Maximum shift is given in the light received from this. Calculate the maximum velocity of place away from the Earth. So, guys, okay, so delta lambda over lambda is equal to V over D. So the delta lambda is given 3.19. D? What, right? Delta lambda. Delta lambda over lambda equals V over C, okay? Delta lambda over lambda is 4.35 into 10 to the power minus 7 is V over 3 into the power 8. From here you can get the V subjected. That is the maximum velocity of this away from the Earth. That's what they have given, right? The maximum shift. The shift is what they have given, the change. Isn't it?
So what's that word?
Which one?
After is. No, after that is. Movie.
Let's see. 220. Okay. Any questions, anyone? What's next? 80? Page 89, question 51. Should I do that? Is this from last week or before that? From last week. Should I do it? How many more questions are there? After this, there's one more. What's next? Okay, 51. Alnilam and Meetaka are stars in the constellation Orion. The table gives some information about these stars. Their surface temperature, the luminosity, they are given as a fraction, as a ratio with the luminosity of the sun. Distance from the earth are given. The luminosity of the sun is given 3.85, 24, 26 watts. State where these stars would be located on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. There's in the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, can you remember here it was the luminosity and the temperature. The temperature was increasing towards the left. Can you remember the scale? What was it? 20,000. This same will be 20,000 closer towards, and then 10,000, 5,000, 2,500. So 20. Now looking at the surface temperature, this alnilam has a surface temperature of 27,500. This Mintaka has a surface temperature of 30,000, 3 into 10 to the power 4. That means it's somewhere here. Okay, definitely towards the left hand. Right? So now in the left hand, whether is it going to be at the top or at the bottom, that depends. Sorry, that depends on its luminosity compared to the luminosity of the sun. If its luminosity compared to the luminosity of the sun, if it is less than 1, if it is 10 to the power minus 2 or 10 to the power minus 4, that means it's less than 1. That means it has become a white dwarf. It is going towards the latter end of its life. Okay. So, but looking at the intensity, I see very high intensity values compared to the intensity of sun. One is 5 into 10 to the power 5. The other one is 9 into 10 to the power 4. So one is about 50,000. No, 500,000. The other one is about 90,000 times the intensity of the sun. So which means it has to be somewhere here. So in the Russell-Hertzsprung diagram, it will be towards the left. Up. Okay. So write the answer. So one marker, only one marker. So you don't have to explain anything. You can. It will be towards the top part of the left hand. Okay. If you mention main sequence, it can be anywhere on that diagonal. You are not specifying. I don't know whether the marking scheme has accepted it, but you can definitely say it's towards the left hand and the top part of the left hand. Okay. It is towards the top part of the left hand on the main sequence line. Okay. calculate the wavelength at which calculate the wavelength at which peak radiation power occurs at Mintaka. So guys, Mintaka has a surface temperature of 3 into 10 to the power 4. Okay, so we know that lambda max into T is equal to what? 2.89 into 10 to the power minus 3 is it? What law is this? Green's law. So lambda max into T is 3 into 10 to the power 4. That is 2.89 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this will give you the peak wavelength. That's 9.63 into 10 to the power minus 8 meters. Okay, and calculate the radius of aluminum that we can use luminosity equals sigma 4 pi r square into T to the power 4. Correct? What law is this? Stefan Boltzmann law. So the luminosity of aluminum is given 5.37 into 10 to the power 5 into the luminosity of sun, which is 3.85 into 10 to the power 26. Am I right? 5.37 into 10 to the power 5 is in terms of the luminosity of the sun. So luminosity of that star aluminum will be 5.37 into 10 to the power 5 times the luminosity of the sun, which is 3.85 into the power 26. That is equal to sigma. What is sigma? 5.6 into 10 to the power 10 to the power minus 8. 4 pi. R for that is given 1.9. No, radius is what we have to. R square into T to the power 4 is given 2.75 into 10 to the power 4. 2.75 into 10 to the power 4 is the surface temperature, and that to the power 4. Okay. So from here, with the R square subjected and get the square root. So we get the R square and get the square root of that. I'm getting 2.25 into 10 to the power 10. Have you got this answer? Yes.
So,
Yeah.
why did you multiply the luminosity?
Because now what is given here, look at this data. This says luminosity over L sun. That means it is given, what is given here is the luminosity of that star is how many times the luminosity of sun. Okay.
Yeah.
What is given there is a ratio between the luminosity of the star and the luminosity of the sun. So that means luminosity of that star will be this ratio given multiplied by the luminosity of the sun. Isn't it?
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Have you got this answer? Deduce which of these stars give the lower intensity of radiation at the Earth. Right. So to calculate the intensity, I need to use intensity equals L 4 pi r square for the two stars separately, because I know the distance from the sun, the Earth to the star, that detail is given. So if I check it for L Nilam, intensity is equal to, its luminosity is 5.37 10 to the power 5 into 3.85 10 to the power 26 divided by 4 pi into r square. The distance from the Earth is 1.9 into 10 to the power 9. That square. And then for the other star, M, it is going to be intensity equals, the luminosity is given 9 into 10 to the power 4 times 3.85 into 10 to the power 26 divided by 4 pi into r square is 8.7 into 10 to the power 18 square. Here 1.9 into 10 to the power 19. So this will give you the intensity of the two stars at the surface of the Earth. Correct? Check it. This is about 4.56 into 10 to the power minus 8 watts per square meter. This is about 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 8 watts per square meter. So they're asking which one gives a lower intensity of radiation at the Earth. So my conclusion is meter. Have you got this answer? Yes. Take their intensities at the surface of the Earth and pick the lower one. Okay. Right, guys, what's next? What's next? 54. Right. Lightning star is a low mass main sequence star. Scientists have recently seen signals to Lightning star in the search for intelligent life. The surface temperature of Lightning star is 3150 Kelvin. Calculate the wavelength at which the power output is a maximum for this star. So lambda max into T is equal to 2.898 into 10 to the power minus 3. So the lambda max will be 2.898 into 10 to the power minus 3 over 3150. That's 9.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters. That is the peak wavelength. Okay. The radius of lightning star is 35% of the radius of the sun. Calculate the ratio of luminosity of LL, lightning star, to the luminosity of LS. Surface temperature of the sun is given. So in general, the luminosity is equal to sigma times 4 pi r square into t to the power 4. Correct? So if I take, will you understand this? LL over LS is equal to RL square into TL to the power 4 over RS square into TS to the power 4. Do you understand this? When you get the ratio of luminosity of one star over the luminosity of the other star, sigma is a constant which will cancel off. 4 pi is a constant which will cancel off. So luminosity of the star L they are talking about over luminosity of star will be, sun will be RL square into TL to the power 4 over RS square into TS to the power 4. Agreed? Yeah. Don't have to write two equations separately and divide it. You can straight away write it at once. So now the question is to calculate the ratio of LL over LS. Right. RL over RS is given. So I can write this as RL square over RS square will be RL over RS square into TL over TS to the power 4. Correct? Which is going to be LL over LS. RL over RS is given. Radius of lightning star is 35% of the radius of the sun, means 35% is 0.35. So this is going to be 0.35 square into TL over TS to the power 4. TL, the temperature of lightning star is 3150 Kelvin. Over TS, the temperature of the sun is 5800. That to the power 4. That will come down to 0.0107. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, have you got this answer? You didn't get the tube? You don't have the tube? Okay, you can collect it from the office. Ask for it. Back office. Okay. Right? Have you got this answer? Right. There's the next one. The atoms on the outer regions of a star may be treated as an ideal gas. Calculate the mean kinetic energy of the hydrogen atoms in the outer regions of lightning star. So mean kinetic energy is equal to Ek is equal to 3/2. What is the formula 3/2? Can you tell me? Mean kinetic energy is kT, right? Where K is a what constant? Boltzmann constant. So that will be 3/2, which is 1.38 into 10 to the power 23 is here. 10 to the power minus 23. 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 into T of this, where are we finding? Lightning star. In Lightning star, the temperature is 3150. Okay, correct now? So they have told not to consider it as an ideal gas. The atoms in the outer regions of a star may be treated as an ideal gas. So for an ideal gas, mean kinetic energy, you use this equation, right? CO2 kT. What else? This K is a universal constant. So you can use it anywhere in the universe. Okay. Which is 6.52 into 10 to the power minus 20 joules. This is the mean kinetic energy of the hydrogen atoms at this temperature. Okay. Okay. Right. The spectrum produced by the hydrogen atoms in the outer regions of lightning star shows a strong line at a wavelength of 656.3 nanometers. A strong line at that wavelength. The motion of the atoms at the surface of the star causes broadening of this line. The motion of the atoms at the surface of the star causes broadening of this line. Explain why the motion of the atoms in the outer regions of the star causes this wavelength to become a range of wavelengths. Yes, can you give me answer? Reason why there is a different wavelength? Doppler effect, but it's a 3-marker. How can you say? Now what we calculated is the mean kinetic energy now. Average kinetic energy. So definitely not all atoms have the same kinetic energy. So the atoms have a range in the values of kinetic energy. Correct? So that means they have different speeds. Correct? So that means the Doppler effect, the caused by them will be different. It's obviously because their speeds are different. So that is the reason the wavelength is not just a specific value. It broadens the band. Okay, so right, the answer is a 3-marker. Different atoms have different speeds. Like here, different atoms have different speeds. So the Doppler effect caused double effect caused will not be the same. The double effect caused will not be the same. Full stop. So the wavelength received from different atoms will be different. The wavelength received from different atoms will be different. So it broadens the line. Okay. Right, there's the next one. The broadening of a spectral line of wavelength lambda can be estimated by the equation they have given, where delta lambda over lambda is the Doppler shift. For an atom of typical speed, T is the surface temperature of light from star, M is the mass of hydrogen atom, and C is the speed of light. Uses the equation to calculate the component of the velocity of this atom along the line of sight. The mass of the atom is given, temperature is already we know. Okay. So we know the nine point 92. Well, what is the delta lambda? Huh? But do you know the speed? Okay. From that we can find it. Okay, use this equation. Delta lambda over lambda equals delta lambda over lambda is equal to K is what? 1.38 into 24 minus 23 is equal into temperature is 3150 over M is 1.67 into 24 minus 27 over 3 into 10 to the power 8 square. Just use this equation. You get delta lambda over lambda. That will give you That will give you 1.701 into 10 to the power minus 5. Then we can use delta lambda over lambda is equal to VOC. So V over C, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 equals. That is lambda over lambda. I'm getting 5,102 meters per second. Okay. The next one, after a period of time, all stars evolve and move off the main sequence. Explain why we would expect lightning star to remain on the main sequence for a longer time than the sun. Reason? Smaller gravitational force. Based on what are you telling? What is the mass? Huh? So based on the calculations that we did so far, can you lead to that conclusion?
So they mentioned the mass.
They have mentioned low mass main sequence star. Scientists have recently sent signals. Okay. What else? And the surface temperature is 3150. That is also less than the temperature of the sun. Okay. So you can write those points. It is a low mass star, which is in the main sequence. And it has a temperature lesser than the temperature of sun. And guys, can you remember we met in a question earlier that earlier there was more hydrogen atoms around the sun. Can you remember then? After some time. We did last week, no? Last week. Okay, so actually the hydrogen atoms, they stay in the surface at the early stage of the star. So if you can see already hydrogen atoms are there, that means the star is still at the early stage. It's a new star comparing to the sun. So it will definitely have a long period lifespan comparing to the sun. Okay, that also you can give it as an evidence, right? But that it. Okay, and write the next point. The existence of hydrogen atoms. The existence of hydrogen atoms in the atmosphere isn't the existence of the hydrogen atoms in the atmosphere is a evidence that is an evidence that it is a young star. So it will remain in the main sequence for a longer period than Sun. Okay, guys, get back to theory. There's a little bit of theory to be done.
So
Yeah.
why is it automatically more stable because it has lower temperature?
I didn't get you.
Why is it automatically more stable because it has lower temperature?
So if it is having no low temperature means it will be in this region. The Hertzsprung-Russell diagram should be somewhere here.
Okay, so
You can put it that less temperature means comparing to this, the rate at which the nuclear fusion will be happening is lower. You can speak about those things. Right, guys, page number 30 is the theory table. Okay. The last theory to be done, I guess, yeah. Hubble's law. Hubble's law. Right. Go through the note. Astronomers quickly realized that redshift implied that the galaxies surrounding us were traveling away from us. In 1929, the American astronomer Edwin Hubble published his finding that the value of a galaxy's redshift is proportional to its distance from us. Higher the distance, higher will be the redshift. Okay. That is, the further away a galaxy is, the faster it is moving. Hubble's paper had the same effect on the 20th century view of the universe as Galileo work on the solar system had some 300 years earlier. Fine, instead of being static, the universe was expanding. The philosophical implications continue to reveal scientists and release on that. So anyway, the law, Hubble's law is simple. The rate at which the galaxies are moving away from us is proportional to the distance to those galaxies. That is the law. Okay. So the equation that is related to this will be V equals H naught B, where V is the speed, you call it the recession speed, or the speed at which the galaxy is moving away from us, and D is the distance to that galaxy from us. Okay. Where this H naught is what known as Hubble's constant. Follow the note. Considering the speeds of galaxies and their distances, there is a simple relationship between them. This is known as Hubble's law, which is V equals H naught T. So the velocity of a galaxy is directly proportional to the distance to it. We can find the constant of proportionality, the Hubble constant, from the gradient of the above graph. Okay. Right. There's a value of h naught. Now, this is the equation. You will see this. I will not speak about the constant for now. You will see that in a question. Okay. Now, what is given here is h naught. It might be a bit confusing for you because it's given in a unit like this, k per certain MP per c. But don't think about that for now. This is the equation. We'll see what is the constant later. Where v is the speed, h naught is the Hubble constant, d is the distance. Okay. And turn to the next page. Page 14. How old is the universe? How old is the universe? How old is the universe? To what you have heard, 14 billion years old. So who measured this? How it is calculated? 13.8 or 14 billion. I mean, since the Big Bang. So what happened after Big Bang is not considered as a universe. So what happened before the Big Bang is no one knows. Okay? No science knows what happened before the Big Bang. So since the Big Bang, it has been 13.8 or 14 billion years. So how I'm asking you, how is it calculated? That is using Hubble's law. Okay. Look at this. All distant objects show a redshift, and so they are all moving away from us. This implies that the universe as a whole is expanding. If we imagine time running backwards, if we imagine the time running backwards from the present, then the known universe would contract back to a point where everything is in the same place. This would be the time of Big Bang. Okay, when everything first exploded outwards from that single point. Therefore, if we can find the Hubble constant, it will tell us how quickly the universe is expanding. From this, we can work out when it all started. For an object to travel a distance d naught from the beginning of time t, at a speed of v naught, the time taken is t naught. Then can be using the equation this speed equals distance over time, v naught equals d naught over t naught, and t naught equals d naught over v naught. All this is not necessary for you. I'm just telling you, by using this, you can find that the time is equal to 1 over h naught. So 1 over Hubble's constant will give you the time taken, which will come to, when you simplify it, it will come to about 4.36 into 10 to the power 7 seconds, which is in terms of years, 13.8 billion years. That is not necessary for you. If you are interested, you can go through that calculation.
Sorry.
Okay, right. There's a take the tube. Turn to question number. Page 32, question 8. Page 32, question 18. Let me do it. Read the question carefully. The following statement appears on a website, which is: Messier 87. And 87 is a 55 million light years from, is 55 light years from Earth. The distance. The spectrum of light from M87 includes an absorption line at a wavelength of 394.95 nanometers. The same line produced by a source on the Earth has a wavelength given 393.4 nanometers. A light year is a distance traveled in a year. A light year is a distance traveled in a year by light in a vacuum, which will be 3 into 10⁸ into the time, which is the 1 year. Assess the accuracy of the statement made on the website. 1 year is given this much of seconds. The H naught, what is H naught? Hubble constant is given here, 1.62 into 10⁻18 per second. Okay, let me do it. So guys, I can use V over C equals delta lambda over lambda to find the resistance speed of this M87. Correct? You know the C, you know the delta lambda, you know the lambda. And then after finding the V, you can use V equals H naught D. And since you know the H naught and you know the V, you can find the distance. Okay? And you will be getting the distance in meters, convert it back into light years, and see whether it is 55 million light years. Okay, can you start doing it?
Converting the wavelength.
No need, no. It's a ratio anyway, cancel problem. Yeah, wait.
So isn't it 10 to the power 23 or is it 10 to the power 28?
23, that's right. Guys, I'm getting the distance as 54.8 million light years. Are you getting that? Yeah. Okay, let me explain my working. So the first bit is, as usual, we have done this minimum of 10 of these questions so far. VOC equals delta lambda over lambda. Okay, so very familiar equation. So VOC equals delta lambda over lambda. That will give you the V speed at which M87 is moving away from us. Correct? Which is 8.388 into 10.5 meters per second. So based on what we just recently learned, the latest theory, Hubble's law, V equals h naught into d, where d equals V of h naught. So the distance from us to M87 is its speed over Hubble's constant, where the Hubble's constant is given 1.62 into 10 to the power minus 18 per second. That gives me the distance to M87, which is 5.178 into 10 to the power 23 meters. Okay. Now I want to, they have told me light years, no? So I want to see how much is 1 light year in terms of meters. So 1 light year means, I have done the working here for you. The distance traveled by light if it travels for 1 year. No? That is the idea of light year. If light travels for 1 year, how far will it travel? So where its speed is 3 into 10 to the power 8 multiplied by the time, where the time is 1 year, is given 3.15 into 10 to the power 7 seconds, which I am getting it as 9.45 into 10 to the power 15 meters. Which means what is meant by 1 light year is 9.45 into 10 to the power 15 meters. So at any point, if you want to convert light years into meters, you multiply by 9.45 into 10 to the power 15. Or if you want to do it other way, to convert meters to light years, you need to divide the value in meters by 9.45 into 10 to the power 15. So I got it in meters, no? So I divided that by 9.45 into 10 to the power 15. That will tell you the distance from us to M87 in light years, which I'm getting it as 54.8 into 10 to the power 6. That is 54.8 million light years. Whereas the statement says it's 55 million light years. Totally fine. So the question was, assess the accuracy. Yes, it is an accurate statement. Okay. Any questions, anyone?
Right, it's the more accurate value for VA.
Mhm. More accurate value for Vn. So that means you took the V for a higher
Yeah.
degree of accuracy. Okay, fine. Any questions, anyone? Okay, right. Then, now guys, if you see, all that is being used here is to find the distance to another galaxy or to another star in another galaxy. You just need the wavelength received from that. You can, if you know the wavelength of the light that is received from that galaxy, you can find the distance to it. Okay. Right. Turn to question number 52, question 30. Okay. Page, question 30. Read the question. Astronomers often use the unit megaparsec for astronomical distances. In a textbook, a value for the Hubble constant is given as 72 kilometers per second megaparsec. This is the unit that was given in the note that I have given here. You are not supposed to know it. If they have used it in a question, they will explain you what it is. Okay, 72 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Show that this is equivalent to a Hubble constant of about 2.3 to 10 power minus 8 per second, where they have told what is 1 megaparsec, which is 3.09 into 10 to the power 22 meters, just a unit conversion. So guys, 72 kilometers per second per megaparsec. How do I do the unit conversion? Look at this, which is 72 kilometers over second into megaparsec. Correct? If I write the units, these are units 72 kilometers over second over megaparsec. Now I want the answer for the Hubble constant in terms of SI units per second. So do the unit conversion. 72 kilometers will be 72 into 1000 meters over second, let it be per second. 1 megaparsec means 3.09 into 10 to the power 22 meters. 3.09 into 10 to the power 22 meters. So you see this meter will cancel off with this meter. And we have the only unit seconds in the denominator. So it is going to be 72,000 divided by 3.09 into 10 to the power 22, which is 2.33 into 10 to the power minus 18 per second. Yes. There's nothing, no physics involved in that, just a unit conversion. Determine the value for the age of the universe in years. Because the age of the universe T naught is given by 1 over h naught, 1 over Hubble constant. T is equal to 1 over h naught, which is going to be 1 over 2.33 into 10 to the power minus 18, but we are using it in per second, so the answer will be in seconds. But they are expecting in years. We will divide by the value given, so it will give you in years. This is 4.2918 into 10 to the power 17 seconds. So in years it will be that divided by 3.16 into 10 to the power 7, which is 1.358 into 10 to the power 10 years, which is 13.58 billion years. They're asking in years, no, so 1.358 into 10 to the power 10 years. Is that okay? Right, this is part B. In the 1950s, astronomers realized that they had made an error in their determination of distances to galaxies. Astronomers realized that they had made an error in their determination of distances to galaxies. Galaxies are twice as far away as astronomers had previously thought. Explain how this changed the age of universe as calculated by astronomers. Okay, how the distance is connected here. So V is equal to H naught D, right? V is equal to H naught D. So H naught is equal to VOD. So how did they get this H naught? By plotting a graph of V versus P. By plotting a graph of V versus P, the gradient of the graph, that gradient of the graph was H naught. Correct? If they had made a blinder that the galaxies are twice as far away as astronomers had previously thought, that means the actual distance is supposed to be twice of this. The actual distance is supposed to be twice of this, means this graph is supposed to be this way. Right? That means the gradient is supposed to be, the actual gradient is supposed to be half of the gradient they thought. Correct? So if they had thought a certain H naught value, the actual H naught should have been H naught over 2. Okay? So which means we take the life of the universe as 1 over H naught now. Correct? So that means if the H naught that they have assumed is what they have taken as double the actual value. Listen carefully. The actual H naught is half of the H naught what they were thinking. Okay? The actual H naught. That means the actual age of the universe is 2 times the age what they were suggesting. You understand that? The question is explain how this changed the age of the universe as calculated by astronomers. So that means the actual age is 2 times the age that they had calculated at that time. Okay. So 2 marker you can write. Yeah. Any questions? So 2 marker you can write. So the Hubble's constant they quite calculated. The Hubble constant they calculated is twice the actual value. The Hubble constant they calculated is twice the actual value. Full stop. So the age of the universe they calculated is half the actual value. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Right. Then guys, page 69, question 39. Question 39. In the 18th century, Herschel discovered an irregular shaped galaxy. This galaxy, now known as NGC 6052, is shown in the photograph. Light from this galaxy has a redshift z equals 0.015. Explain what is meant by the redshift. What is meant by the redshift? Since the galaxies are moving away, the wavelength received from the galaxy is more than the actual wavelength and it is shifted towards the red thing. So it is called the redshift. Okay, right? Since the galaxies are moving away, the wavelength received from the galaxies is higher than the actual value. Is higher than the actual value according to Doppler effect. This is known as redshift. Right. There's the next one. Calculate the distance of this galaxy from Earth. So, can you? I'll give you a minute quickly glance. The Hubble constant is given. Are you getting 2.93 10 to the power 24 meters? Yes. Okay. There's another part. Recent photographs from the Hubble Space Telescope show that NGC 6052 actually consists of two galaxies that are colliding. The galaxies are accelerating towards each other. Explain why the acceleration increases as time passes. That's an easy one. They are moving towards each other for some reason. Okay. They have two galaxies and they are moving towards each other. So explain why the acceleration increases as time passes.
Gravitational attraction is big.
So there's gravitational force. F equals G m1 into a r square. So if they're getting closer and closer, if the r is reducing, then the F will increase. The closer they get, higher will be the force of attraction. So higher the force of attraction means higher will be the acceleration. No? So write the answer. According to Newton's law of gravity, the attractive force between the two galaxies is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. First one. So with time, force will increase and the acceleration will increase. So with time, force will increase and the acceleration will increase. Okay. Right, because then page 97, question 55. The graph shows how the recessional velocity of some galaxies depends on their distances from the Earth. Determine the age of the universe in seconds. So now they haven't given that h naught. Okay, Hubble's constant, but we know for the galaxies, if you sketch a graph of velocity versus distance, the gradient is what we call the Hubble's constant. So I need to draw the line of best fit here. So let's draw the line of best fit, which is here. I will get something like this, maybe. That's my line of base rate. Okay. Now, so the gradient will be, according to me, you stick to your values, please. Don't follow my values. Gradient will be, I will take you stick to your values. But look at the units given in the axis. Y-axis is given 10 to the power 6, so take that into account. And the x-axis is given in 10 to the power 24. So I'm getting 2.222 into 10 to the power minus 18 per second. This is my Hubble's constant. So age of the universe is t equals 1 over h dot. I'm getting what are you getting? 17, right? Yeah, okay, first one. I'm getting 4.5 into 10 to the power 17. This is in seconds. No? I'm getting 4.5 into 10 to the power 17 seconds. Yeah. What more you want to do? They haven't told to convert it to years. So 1 mark will be there for the gradient, and 1 mark will be, no, 1 mark for the line of base rate, 1 mark for the gradient, and 1 mark for indicating that the gradient is a constant. And then 1 mark for taking t equals 1 over h naught, correct?
What is that? It's 1 over that, right? 1 over 2.2.
Yeah.
So then that would be the same value into 10 to the power 18. So that's minus 18. So then when it comes to the
No, 1 over that value will be, I'm getting 70. Check and see.
yeah.
Okay. Yes. Then how about guys, get back to the theory. The last page. Page 50. Future of universe. You call it the ultimate fate of universe. Okay. Now, okay. Now where the universe is expanding. Correct? No? Do you believe that the universe is expanding? No. So until you see, you won't believe it. Okay. Universe is expanding. Oh, okay. Universe is expanding. Now, for how long is this going to keep on expanding? This has been expanding for the last 14 billion years.
The only God knows.
I have good answers for that. Yeah.
Everyone has good answers.
Yeah, so that we can't fit those in physics. Okay. So guys, now universe is expanding. So how long will it expand? Will it keep on expanding forever, or will it expand and stop? What do you think?
And it's stop. It's stop and come back.
It will expand and stop and come back. Is it? Or what? It will come back.
So then after that, again it will expand and then again come back and it will be inside us.
It will. Yeah, that is possible. Now it is expanding. Still, it is expanding because of. Yes, in Big Bang, what happened is there was a huge amount of energy collected at a point, and that due to the Big Bang, that energy is what resulting in this expansion. That outward force, that huge outward force. Now, this outward force, as it is going away, that outward force is reducing. So there can be an instance. This then apart from this outward force, there is an inward force. What is the inward force? Gravitational force. Between these galaxies, due to their masses, there is an inward force as well. But at the moment, the outward force is offsetting the inward force. The outward force is bigger than the inward force, so the universe is expanding. Okay. But if there is a point in the future, if there is a day in the future that the inward force becomes bigger than the outward force, again it can go back. Okay. So now the question is, will that happen or not? No one knows yet.
So it will happen, but we don't know when it will happen.
No one knows that. It can happen, it cannot happen. It depends on a critical factor known as the mean density of the universe. Okay. Obviously, it depends on the density of the universe. The bigger the universe is becoming, less density is becoming. The volume is increasing. Okay. So it depends on a factor called the critical density. What is the density of the universe? The mean density of the universe. But unfortunately, still we don't know what is the mean density of the universe. Why? Because you don't know what is the actual mass of the universe. Why?
Because we don't know what. See,
Because of dark matter in the universe. There is dark matter in the universe, which absorbs the light and which doesn't give out the light. So you don't know how much dark matter is there in the universe. Without knowing that, you don't know what is the mean density of the universe. So without knowing that, you don't know what will be the ultimate fate of the universe. Whether it is going to keep on expanding forever, or will it expand up to a certain point and will it contract again. Okay. So there is calculation. If the mean density is beyond a certain value, then this will contract back. If the mean density is less than that critical value, then this expansion will keep going forever. Okay. So that mean density, we don't know at the moment. Okay. So the ultimate fate of the universe, according to science, there is no ultimate universe. Ultimate fate, no one knows. There are two possibilities.
so but we don't even know how much non-dark matter is there, like complete, right? Because it's impossible to explore the entire universe.
You can't say that. Okay. Fine. Let's go through this note.
So because
Future. Yeah.
it goes to infinity, so we don't know.
No, there is if you have data collected from that.
And travel.
If you can travel faster than light, then yes. You can travel faster than 8 meters per second. Then you can.
So, but
Right.
how do we know whether we'll go forward in time or back in time?
You go press the button.
Okay, guys, here let's stick to what is next. Future universe. The universe is expanding. The universe is expanding. Will this change in the future? The answer to this question depends on question depends critically on the mass of the universe. And more specifically on the density of matter. Gravity is the force that could slow the expansion down to a stop and possibly even then start to cause the universe to contract back inwards. This might eventually end in a big crunch. Exact opposite of Big Bang. There could be a big crunch. I'll come back to the same point. The force of gravity between particles decreases with the square of the distance. This means that if the matter in the universe is low density, then the gravitational forces between particles, stars and galaxies will be generally weak. The universe will continue expanding forever. However, if the matter in the universe has more than critical density, then the gravitational force will succeed in causing the big crunch. So, is it going to be a forever expansion or a crunch? Depends on the critical density of the universe, which is unknown at the moment, the mean density. Dark matter. To determine the future of the universe, scientists have been trying to work out its density. However, they have hit upon some big problems in the 1960s and 1970s. American astronomer Vera Rubin made observations of many galaxies and found a very unexpected result. The stars in the galaxies usually rotate at similar speed, whatever their distance from the galactic center. This is completely different to the solar system, in which the further planets from the sun orbit much more slow than those close in. Galaxies emit an amount of light. We can measure this by measuring the apparent brightness and calculating the inverse blah blah blah. To read that one, guys, it says about the existence of the dark matter. Okay.
So is the rest of the matter called white matter?
Non-dark matter.
So is there something called gray matter that's in between non-dark and dark?
No. Red, blue, yellow, orange. Yeah. Okay. A break, no? Too late for the break, no? Next time, remind me. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. That's it.
So dark matter doesn't have a specific
Okay.
color, right? It's not black and dark.
It doesn't have a color. Right. Guys, question page 33. Page 33, question 90. Short note. This this subject cannot have short note, to be very honest. Okay. This is not a theory subject. So, right. Anyway, whatever the note that I have given is short. I haven't given stories and I haven't given anything unnecessary. I have always given that is exactly necessary. Right. Guys, page 33, question 19. A recent theory suggests that during the Big Bang, an anti-universe was created alongside our universe. The theory suggests that dark matter is a new type of neutrino particle. Describe what is meant by dark matter. What is dark matter? The matter that doesn't emit light, or the matter which completely absorbs light. Okay. Right? It is a matter which doesn't emit light and completely absorb light. It is a matter which doesn't emit light and completely absorb light. The theory suggests that the mass of a new type of neutrino particle is 4.8 into 10⁸ giga-electron volts over c square. Convert this into kilograms. Simple, easy 3 marks. 4.8 into 10⁸ giga-electron volts over c square. That is 4.8 10⁸. So first thing to do is convert giga-electron volts to electron volts. Multiply by 10⁹. Mega is 10⁶, giga is 10⁹. Then the next thing to do is convert electron volts to joules. That you multiply by 1.6 into 10⁻⁹, which is the charge of an electron. Correct? And then divide by the c square, where c is 3 to 10⁸, and that needs to be squared. Is it 8.53 into 10⁻⁹? Okay, right. Here's the part C. The ultimate fate of our universe is uncertain. Explain how the existence of dark matter contributes to this uncertainty. Write the answer. Whether universe will expand forever. Whether the universe will expand forever. Or it will contract after some point. Or will contract after some point. Will depend on the mean density of the universe. Will depend on the mean density of the universe. Full stop. Due to the existence of dark matter, due to the existence of dark matter, the mean density of the universe is uncertain. The mean density of the universe is uncertain. So the ultimate fate of universe is uncertain. Okay, 2 marker, that is enough.
So,
Yeah.
but even without knowing about all this critical density theory, still like if it keeps expanding forever, you can intuitively tell that it will be unstable, right? So then intuitively you can tell that it has to contract at some point, like just purely by intuition.
No, that depends on what is there beyond that, right?
Beyond
Universe is, if you consider at the moment to be a finite region, you don't know what is there outside the universe.
so that's another universe.
So yeah, that depends on that.
There's too much uncertainty.
Of course, yes. Right, guys, we are done with this. So we are done with this means we are done with unit 5. So, but there is more questions to be done in this. I have given you a huge amount of questions here, right? Please try to do as much as possible. The question page has 105 pages. There are 59 questions, which is a big amount of questions. So I think we have done maybe at least more than half of this. So the rest of it, please complete. So the next day I will do a few questions from this, and then I will be starting to do unit 4 papers the following day. Yeah, next week we will do questions on that from this week. Yeah, next week we will do all the necessary ones in this, whatever that we have skipped. And then following week we will start papers. And listen, guys, there's another small section. Okay, there is a representative from a university who has come. He will speak to you all of. No, after that you can take a break. He won't take too long, just 10 minutes. Okay. You can pack your bags and just listen to him. That is online. You can remain seated for another 10 minutes. See you next week, people. You can use the mic. Yeah, sure. You can use the mic.
Okay. All right, guys. Hello. Hi. And hello to all online students who have joined as well. I'll be replacing Sir Farlan as your new physics teacher. Surprise, right? I'm joking, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, Sir Farlan will be taking care of you. Okay. I know this is a quick, sudden invasion to your class. How is physics so far going? Okay. Okay. That's okay. That's good. Anyway, you are in safe hands. Anyway, plenty of years of experience. Okay, just to give a quick brief, Farlan, I want to use the pen drive shortly. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Who am I? Why am I here? All of a sudden, right? Okay. I'm from Asia Pacific University, APU, Malaysia. Has anybody ever been to Malaysia before? You went to Twin Towers, took selfies and all, even virtual students as well. Sorry? Okay, I'm trying to kind of, it's on this side, huh? Okay. So how many of you want to become engineers in future? How many engineers do, oh, okay. Yes, you're doing physics, right? I mean, engineering. Okay, right, okay. But do you know what's in demand going forward? Yes, you might have electrical electronics, mechanical, and different kinds of engineering, right? The world of engineering is evolving over time. You need to understand, okay, guys, what's in demand. Okay, so I'm not okay. I'll keep it short and brief. I'm not going to take much of your time. So I'm just trying to open the site. Yeah. Okay. You know, mechanical engineering is now evolved to mechatronics. Definitely, right? With AI, all that's coming into play. So you need to make sure what you select is very crucial because this is your investment for next 30, 40 years, maybe, right? You should be able to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And soon. So what will happen, you know, recognition as a graduate, right? That's very important. So industry is changing, industry is getting disrupted with technology coming in. It's not just doing, you know, engineering alone. You need to have that tech infusion as well in your studies, right? Some of you might be thinking of computer science as well. Some of you might be thinking of, you know, certain areas. So this is the, I just want to show you a quick picture here. This is the world that we live in. I hope those who have joined online, they could see. Does it make it auto connected?
Yeah.
Okay, so students who have joined online, just to give you an idea, I mean, we live in a social media world. This is what happens within 60 seconds right now as we speak, right? So this is the world that we live in. Okay.
You have to.
Okay, maybe let the expert take care of it. I don't want to touch
No, no.
and mess
What
it up.
about the
So this is the world that we live in right now. 60 seconds as we speak. How many millions of WhatsApp messages are viewed, photos are shared, how many videos are watched. So imagine your career prospect as a computer engineer. Imagine your career prospect as an AI or cybersecurity related program specialist. If you are planning to do maths, just maths for as a degree, what kind of career prospects do you expect? Right? On a teaching, yes. But you need to explore beyond that paradigm, right? You love maths, you might be eating, sleeping, breathing, you know, doing everything on maths, but then again, you have to take care of what's in demand. Just doing maths alone as a degree would not be sufficient, right? In case you're thinking of that. So think about degrees in demand such as mechatronics engineering, right? These are the jobs of the future. Okay, let me just follow this. I hope now students who have joined online could see, just making sure. Why is it not this one? Zoom slideshow. Okay, guys, I hope this is visible, yeah? Right. They can see, yeah, but it's not moved to the next slide. I'm not sure why. Okay, some technical issues here. All right, while Mr. Resham handles the operations on that side. So I just want to tell that the top 10 jobs in the world, I mean, just want to show you a picture on that. I hope that comes in. Meanwhile, I'm from Asia Pacific APU, right? APU Malaysia. Some of your seniors have already, you know, gone to APU, studied different programs in engineering, technology, those programs, right? We are engineering technology industry. We and Platinum, we have been working very closely for the past 6 to 7 years. I know your teachers and everyone, we have an exclusive agreement partnership as well to help you shape your programs that will be in demand, right? Okay. So I need to show you the slides. I'm technically stuck here, so I'm not sure why. But while Ms. Resha handles that, just help me to key in the details, your name, email ID, and the contact info. Okay. Now, you understand about computer engineering, right? It's nothing to do with computer science. Computer science is different. Computer engineering is different. It's about network infrastructure management, right? What is? It's about automation, right? What is automation? Of course, you know automation. You do not want to get replaced by a machine one day. The world of AI is taking over. What is machine learning? The world #1 chess player, he played chess against a machine. For the first time he played, he won against the machine, right? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time he continued playing, the machine was learning him. That's called machine learning. The concept of machine learning. You click the dots, then the machine was able to beat him based on its own algorithms that is created. So this is the world of engineering, technology, AI that is really disrupting the whole experience. Are we getting something sorted? Yes, I will need your help to fix the online. It's not displaying that, so let's help you. It says pause. Okay. We have 13,000 students in the university from 130 countries. It's very international, it's very multi-level. We are ranked 600 in the world when it comes to rankings, right? So as a university, when you graduate, you get 2 certificates. One from Asia Pacific University APU, one from De Montfort University Lancaster, double D. 2 certificates for same program, for completing the program in Malaysia, right? How much does it cost to study in a foreign country? I know you're doing AS right now. You're doing A2 next year. You still have time, right? Okay. So you still have time. Did something came up, right? Okay, right. Okay, so you're doing AS, A2 next year, right? How much does it, sorry? Correction, my bad. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're doing A2 this year. It's okay, there's a laptop in here, it's fine. Sorry about that. The idea is if you're doing a degree in Australia, UK, Canada, it's easily $30,000 to $40,000 per year. UK, Australia, Canada, easily, right? So whereas, what is $30,000? You multiply by 300 rupees. Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. Maybe you might have to stay for a second. Okay, until I load. Okay, right. Perfect. This is the picture I wanted to show you guys. Top 10 jobs in the world, according to World Economic Forum right now. Things are changing, things are transforming, disrupted, right? So think about the programs in the market. Okay, so a degree in Malaysia with us, it will cost you about $7,500 compared to $30,000 in UK, Australia, Canada. What is $7,500 in rupees? Around 22 to 24 lakhs LKR, right? We offer scholarships as well. If you do get good grades from A-levels, 3 A's or 3 A stars, maximum of 30% scholarship on your tuition fees. 30% will come to about $5,000 on average. That's about 15 lakhs to 17 lakhs range on average, right? So what are the intake dates? What should I do? What is the entry requirement? Do I have to do IELTS? IELTS not required. No IELTS needed. No SAT1, no SAT2 required. Not required at all, right? And then what's the entry requirement? 2 Ds and above from your A-levels. Wow, so easy. I know, right? But don't target that. Try to get better grades after all, okay? Right, so I just want to give you a quick run through about the university and the facilities. So this is the university with 13,000 students from 130 countries. It's very international, it's very multi-diverse. We are ranked #1 in Asia for most multi-diverse university, ranked number 16 in the world. I'm a Sri Lankan. I studied in this university, APU as well. I'm a graduate of APU, Asia Pacific. And we also have platinum students who are studying at APU right now. So this is the experience you get as an international student. Your classrooms, your auditoriums, the proper setup, right? So you have to feel it when you're at the university, right? So computer labs, engineering labs, computer games development, all those programs are there. Cybersecurity, AI, data science. These are the programs of the future, right? Oh, this is our military-graded cybersecurity lab, like a Star Wars zone, right? Yeah, so you can see some countries, US shoots a cyber threat to Ukraine, Ukraine shoots one to Russia. This is a simulation of that. So this is the whole idea of military-graded facility, right? So it's very important to have that experience and exposure. And do we offer, this is a library on campus. It's very modern. Students from 130 countries in the university. It's very futuristic, right? Right, so there's a library on campus. Good experience, you will enjoy your time as a student.
So,
yep.
We can't see anything.
All right, so I have to call, thank you for letting us know. maybe Ms. Resha would be able to connect. They can't see anything on the screen. Screen share, let me see. But thank you for highlighting though. I mean, screen one, let me see this. Can you see it out? Can you confirm?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So anyway, I'll take. Thank you so much for confirming that. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. So let me just take you through. Right. So this is the cafeteria on campus. On campus cafeteria. Right. And School of Media Arts and Design. Gym, on campus gym. Students. Yeah, guys, work it out. Yeah, you can use these facilities. Definitely, it's for international students, all of you. Right? We have accommodations for international students as well. So these are on-campus accommodations. So if you are worried about accommodation or that safety, it's all taken care of. So this is a typical setup on campus. Each room comes with attached bathroom. It's a proper setup for international students. So what is the living cost in Malaysia for a month? For my accommodation, for my food, miscellaneous entertainment. I go out with my friends for a dinner or something like that for a month. You need to budget about 180,000, 200,000 for a month compared to 7-8 lakhs in UK, Australia, Canada for a month. That is the cost benefit you get. Of course, I mean, when I say Sri Lankan cost point of view, it's a different way to look at it. But if you compare with UK, Australia, Canada, it's 1/3 of the cost. It's a realistic option. Can I do part-time while studying? Wow. People think, if you ever think you can cover tuition fees with your part-time work, you can't. Right? It's not realistically, I'm not saying that you won't, depends on what you do. But then again, part-time work outside the campus, you can't cover tuition fees and it's not allowed as well. Right? But we live in a digital world. You just need to have a laptop, you connect with the audience, you do some freelancing things and you can learn something. Right? So I guess I have covered a lot of details. This is a dual degree I was telling you about. When you get when you complete, you get 2 certificates from us. Right? Any questions from you guys? I would love to hear from you. The degree is internationally recognized. I'm not going to go through these in detail, but this is what I want to share with you so that you have an idea of what it is. Scholarships covered, tuition fees covered. By the way, on the 10th of March, Platinum is organizing a higher education exhibition. So I will be there as well. We can speak in detail one-to-one. They're exclusively organizing this for you guys. So make sure you come and take advantage of the opportunity with your parents. End of the day, your parents also need to be heard after all. So for those who have joined online, you're also invited. Please come to Platinum Kohuala. They have already shared the artworks, advertisements on Instagram and social media, right? So any questions, quick questions? Any questions from you? Come on. Wow, no questions. Even anything from online audience? Any questions? Okay, right, no worries. I'll be more than happy to see you if you're available on the 10th of March. Come and meet me. We'll discuss in detail about what to expect, right? Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Thank you so much. All the best. All right, thank you. Thank you guys as well for those who have come online. Wish you all the best as well. We'll see you soon. Oh yeah, I was thinking about it. I was wanting to open that because that's where I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe I could keep putting slide here. Stop sharing. Okay. Is it?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. All the best. Thank you guys. See you.